Hi, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be watching Roswell, New Mexico, Season 3, Episode 6, Bittersweet Symphony, and I have died since the last cliffhanger, and I have been brought back to life in time to watch this episode. Fingers crossed there's not another terrible cliffhanger. I need to watch the rest of this episode. Let's go. Before we go, you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, although I will say that if you are watching this now on the last day of August, don't sign up for my Patreon right now because you get charged the day you sign up and the first of the month, and I don't know if they make any leeway when it's the last day of the month, so just give it an extra day if you are interested in my Patreon or anybody else's. But without further ado, let's go.
At the exact moment when something terrible happens.
Like a song stuck in your head.
Oh my god. Why are we... What is happening? I don't like this.
Every mystery has one thing in common.
Piece of shit. Where's Kyle? Oh, Alex, hello, my love. I'm glad you're alive.
Do you believe in aliens?
No.
I think it's improbable that we're alone in the universe.
Good answer.
How do we start a conversation?
Well, I've had many.
I believe it doesn't have to be that way.
Really?
We could forge a connection.
I don't know if I trust this. Is he just saying what he knows Alex will want to hear?
I believe we have the power to shape the narrative.
I'm so stressed that he knows through Jesse and everything about aliens and is using Alex somehow.
This symbol is the key to doing that.
But I love how Alex is probing him and like getting the information he needs. Holy shit.
Stay here.
Is this safe?
Nothing was stolen. It doesn't make any sense.
How is Maria? Where is Kyle?
So, of course, I rushed over to check on her. Then.
Okay, just putting it out there right now. I do think Jones is inside Max, but it doesn't necessarily mean he's always inside Max, because he could be doing what Noah did to Isabel. Some of those scenes really didn't feel like they were Max, they felt off, and I feel like that was too quick to get rid of Jones. Maybe there's going to be more to it than that, but he might be controlling Max all of the time, or he might be doing it bits and pieces, and then Max will notice he was having blackouts. I don't know, I'm just stressed.
Kyle wouldn't run, not with Maria injured.
No.
She's drying up. The funeral Maria saw was
Fuck.
Kyle.
Now she's in a coma, so I
Fuck. Oh, Maria's not doing good. Is this a result of like the coma and the head trauma, or is it her mind not coping with using the powers and everything?
Kept yelling, the alien will hear her.
quiet, please.
If it's all we can do for her, at least it's something.
You are so good, but you're also freaking out. And you do need your necklace, sweetheart.
What's that?
Michael made her a bracelet or something, right? Get that. Because Michael wanted her to wear it last season when they broke up.
I'm not the girl I was a year ago. I'll be fine.
Is she gonna find her?
I'm so proud of you, Rosa.
You get a dog?
Jones did. I guess I'm stuck with him.
Oh, because you're Jones.
He's pretty
God, if he's Max, I'm going to feel so guilty for my suspicions having gone nowhere.
Love all the books.
No.
Last time I was here,
He didn't respond to that. Is that because he's not Max, so he doesn't have the memories? He doesn't know what the reference of that was. I'm sorry, Max, if this is you, and I'm being so, like, mad at you, and you are just Max living his life, worrying about people. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Didn't work out.
He is not Max.
let's just figure out.
But I don't know if I'm overthinking things.
Okay, so
If anyone is going to figure it out, it's Liz, Michael, or Isabel. And Liz is spending a lot of time with him right now. And she'll put off a certain amount of weirdness to the awkwardness between them. Plus, she'll be distracted by trying to find Kyle and worry about Maria. But they've got to figure it out. Unless I'm wrong.
you know,
I should feed the dog.
Yes, Jones. And if you're Max, I would be interpreting the scene so differently and feeling such different emotions. I'm stressed.
your mother.
You're the only person I know that can test blood off book.
Oh shit.
There's a path I know how to follow.
And when I heard Sanders giddy that pricey communication equipment was scattered throughout the desert because of an electrical surge,
Ooh.
I started thinking about the explosion you saw when you
I love Michael and Sanders' relationship now.
Which whoever answered the SOS has Valenti.
Ooh.
That shovel
I'm saying you had a sword that recognizes DNA.
burns the crap out of anybody without this dude's face.
Is that going to help?
Does this mean that Jones could be out?
No.
He's right there!
First thing I did was
Possibly.
the cave. He's still there, safely and stays.
Remember how Isabel got controlled?
Could they have lifted it or something?
Maybe. But but they would have to know what it was.
Yeah.
Figure out whose blood is on that shovel. We'll have a good idea.
We can do both. Michael doing one, Liz doing the other.
I'll hit up Alex.
Oh.
See if we can turn no way in hell into a fighting chance.
Yes. You two can. Do anything. Has Alex left this place ever?
Hey, did one of them bite you?
No. Just a rabies shot.
He answered the call! It's him! He went to Kyle. He got hurt in the fight. Yeah? I know someone suggested he could be the dictator. I don't know whether he's that, but he's suspicious. And he wants a device to work so he can call home.
Maria.
It's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. You have got this! You have got this!
Evans is slippery.
I don't want to hear it from you today. Not today.
Oh god. She is doing so well at controlling it though, but she has no practice in controlling it. Has she made a Ouija board? Yes.
Good, you're back.
Oh.
I need your help.
Uh-huh. Can Rosa help get through to her somehow?
Yesterday you were honest with me, and today you aren't, so what has changed?
A lot, maybe? If he's fully Max... I'm sorry, I paused this episode so much. If he is fully Max, I'm going to have to rewatch this episode with a whole different head on, because I'm not taking anything Max has said or done this episode at face value of Max and thinking about like why Max is doing it and what his emotional state is. I'm just like, suspicion.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Take a deep
Yeah,
breath.
I love this.
Cooking in a pod, which lent you a certain alien je ne sais quoi.
You're marinated in Alien.
Oh my god.
The alien will hear you. Yes, team. Yes, love.
Figuring out if someone received it.
He knows someone that did.
Ideas or you don't have any proof.
Max found a bloody shovel nearby.
Hey, did one of them bite you?
Yes, Alex!
No. Just.
Look, I'll talk to you later, okay?
Alex, don't do everything on your own. You can trust them and talk to them.
I'm not doing this.
You would burn the world down to find out who hurt me.
I didn't say I wasn't going to do anything. I just don't want you anywhere near whatever it is I decide to do.
Oh, Alex. If he's been sucked into another bad organization, he wants to do... There's just so many emotions right now.
Still trying to figure out what fried him?
I love this man. I love them. They're growing sunflowers together.
Something about
Best
it.
friend is Alex? I ain't blind, kid. I mean, I am. But even
So
I can
much.
see that you two are a thing. We're not.
Oh, he's such a dad.
I figured out myself. And they were only at these 3 towers because they were only drawn to the
Yeah.
And so was the radio. That's why.
Sanders loves his boy so much and believes in him so much.
Find the bats. If I follow that trail,
You'll find a secret
Kyle,
government organization.
Because you couldn't cure an incurable brain disorder?
At Generex.
I love them.
Just forget about Generex.
Yeah.
Okay, if you sell your soul to the devil, you will always get burned.
Oh, that's what he's going through right now.
Any ideas what he'd say?
Yeah, actually.
Hmm.
It's easy. He would say, nothing has stopped you before, and nothing is going to stop you now.
Yeah. We love that
What about
man.
you?
Was Maria not dead or unconscious? And Jones did that? Or is Alex's boss is an alien? And he did that to her?
How strong you get if you don't stop and give yourself some credit.
Yes.
For what it's
Listen.
worth, I believe
And it felt like Maria was in the quiet of that chaos.
Ooh.
Come on, we gotta go.
Hey, is this ever gonna stop?
No, it's not going to.
Oh,
Not if you keep
God.
acting like this. Like you're the problem. Is this why you're still keeping secrets?
Mm-mm.
I thought we were past this.
Yeah, we are. We are. I will.
Or did Maria see something and Jones did this to her? I'm just...
You said you spoke to the sheriff. Did you have any leads?
No. Nothing.
That's a lie. That is a big old lie. Please may I hug Alex? I feel like he needs it. And I could do with it too, really.
They're a 29.3% match.
Ooh,
Okay. And what does that mean exactly?
they're related.
Guessing you know
Is he another Valenti? So then,
uncle and nephew.
so is he Kyle's uncle, who is somehow an alien? I don't know. But is he Kyle's uncle, and then he's gonna die in his tomb with the Valenti crest because he's a Valenti? Can we pray?
That's it. Thanks.
Alex, please tell the others what you found out too.
I tracked you to the secure facility that I cannot get into, so yeah, I don't need to spell it out, but you know what that means, right?
Fuck.
Figure it out. I'll be there soon.
Oh my god.
What are you doing here? The bats weren't drawn to the Lockhart mission access to the medical database. And the Department of Defense.
Oh god.
Wonder if Kyle knew that he was calling a man with suspected terrorist ties when he
Holy shit.
radio. I guess he knew something was up.
Alex, please say you've told someone where you are. Oh my god.
Once again, wrong question.
Leave Alex out of this. Whatever this thing you're doing.
I think there's only one way to find out.
I love how much belief Fraser has right now. I'm here for this.
There's something that she wants us to see.
Yes, please. That he's not Max?
Couldn't save him.
Max said that Maria was unconscious.
It's not Max! I've told you all episode, thank god.
That's how it broke.
I don't have to re-watch this episode remembering that Max is Max.
Max wanted a DNA sample. Lucky we hadn't taken the trash out yet.
Jones is about to get his weapon.
Why does that matter?
Did you get a dog?
Jones did.
Henry the Fourth Part.
He didn't know. I have been screaming this at you all episode, and he didn't seem like. Nathan did such a good job last episode as well, because you could tell he wasn't quite Max.
Is this why you're still keeping secrets?
I love that she's figured it out.
Tell me any answers because you didn't know anything.
Maria's mind isn't crumbling. It's been taken hostage.
Uh-huh.
That's why she hid the clue.
I'm not giving you anything.
Well, darling, that is just a fight you will not win.
I hate this! I hate this so much.
I
Max.
don't think Max is Max.
Mm-hmm.
He's not.
He's Jones.
Tell everyone right now.
Well,
Who are these
see
people?
about that.
Because that is still a question we need the answer to. Oh, Lucky. How can you just keep doing this to me, okay? How can they keep doing this? Okay, right now, Max, his body has been taken over. I don't know whether Jones switched. I think Jones, I'm pretty sure, is inhabiting Max rather than it being like them. Like Max is the one in the pod, but like that is going on. Stress. Maria is in a coma because her mind is being held hostage by an evil alien. Kyle is God knows where. Alex is being held at gunpoint by his evil boss. And you're like, oh, wait a week now. I'm a good person. I try to be good. I love my show, and you do this to me. Okay, so we were right. We were right. I know I wasn't the only person to last episode pick up on Max being weird and Max being different. And this episode, as you know, I spent the whole thing, say trauma of like, this isn't Max. And like, I was like 9 by like, well before the reveal, it was like 90%, 99% sure it wasn't Max. But then there was the rest of me that was like, if this really is Max, I will definitely need to rewatch his scenes with Liz to like reassess my emotions about them all. They did such a good job of leaving the sign so that as an audience, you're there like screaming like, that's not Max, I don't think that's Max, I don't think that's Max. Nathan has done such a good job portraying both Max and Jones in a way that they are so wholly different. And that this episode, you could tell something was off, and you could tell that it wasn't Max and it wasn't Jones. You could tell it was Jones playing Max. I really, really have enjoyed his performance this run of episodes. I mean, in general as well, but I think that was so well done. And the little clues like Henry the Fourth and how like he didn't have any answers to things. And so yeah, we know we don't know exactly what happened yet, but we know that Kyle was there. We don't know who those people were working for. Were those people working for Uncle Valenti, evil Uncle Valenti, I don't know, and they were trying to get the alien stuff for him. I don't think Kyle's part alien, because we'd know that by now, so I don't think he has anything to do with the aliens, but obviously they knew about the aliens. So I think all that stuff where he was saying to Alex, like, what if you could talk to aliens? I feel like he definitely knows a lot more than he's letting on. Where is Kyle? Why did he take Kyle? Assume he took Kyle. If he didn't take Kyle, then we're freaking stressed. And why was he like, I don't have a nephew, when, like, Alex literally knows you do. I am desperately praying Alex told someone else his information, but given that we heard him listening to Michael's voicemail before the guy walked in, I don't know if he has told anybody else. And because he was very much Alex sort of, I'm the one-man army, I don't have anyone else to depend on, therefore I depend on myself sort of attitude, and wanting to, I think, make sure that he had joined something that went against who he wanted to be and went against his morals before he told anyone he did, I think is kind of where his head was at, because you kind of wish he just said, like, oh, Liz, by the way, I think my organisation that I've just joined, by the way, is that Deep Sky organisation, and it was, I knew it wasn't going to be good news, and, like, even if ultimately it turns out his boss is a good guy, he's still someone that was lying to him, and he put a gun on him, so he's not a good guy. I'm just stressed. These are, like, so many stressful things that, like, we all were like, that's gonna happen, that's gonna be the case, and then now it's happened, and now I'm stressed. But Alex is in danger and no one knows why, surely. Like, at most, Liz is gonna be like, well, he took the DNA sample from me and then he left. And Michael will be like, oh yeah, he acted weird and, like, he clearly wasn't telling me, or he sort of said that he was gonna follow up on the leads, but he didn't want me involved. Michael has found Deep Sky. Michael knows, and Sanders, thank God, so that if Michael were to go missing, Sanders would be able to say, by the way, he went there. But yeah, he knows where Deep Sky is, which is good. But also, I don't want Deep Sky getting their hands on any of my aliens because of many reasons. Number one being that their worst fear was being experimented on. So that just, I'm stressed. I mean, I haven't seen Kyle. I have not seen that he is okay. He was struggling to breathe, and then Maria gave him adrenaline. That is not a good mental state. That is not a good health state. I'm stressed. So we can only pray that Kyle, he was able to get up again enough to get the radio and call for help. Did Valenti come and take Kyle to heal him because he's his nephew or something? Obviously there are so many answers and I know we will get them, but I'm just like, you want me to wait a week again? Oh my god. Michael and Alex we're on the cusp of something beautiful, and I definitely don't feel like we're going to get it this season. Maybe by the end of the season there might be like hints of them kind of saying, should we try? But I definitely think Michael has grown to a point where he is the person, and is becoming more and more so every episode, but he's the person Alex sees in him, and he's the person Alex has always known he could be and not been able to look at him and realise he wasn't being that person, if that makes sense. And I think Alex is very much getting to his self where he's in, like, he's totally at ease and comfortable with his sexuality now, which I love. He is gay, he can kiss in town square in front of his dad's fucking statue. That statue should literally only be used to people who are gay to kiss in front of, if you ask me. But he really is comfortable with that side of who he is, and he's now sort of getting through struggling with obviously, because it's not easy to deal with, the legacy of his father. Now yes, I do believe he believes I'm not my daddy, I'm not my father, like, but he's realising, you know, from that talk with Gregory, that he went into the military and that particular branch of the military because that was what his dad had done, that he still needs to try and shake that legacy off, and he really thought he was doing that with Deep Sky. He thought, you know, this place seems to be good, they seem to have good intentions. Every time he spoke to his boss, he kind of tested the waters to see if there was anything there, any sort of signs of danger, and it all seemed perfect, which is what put me on major suspicion, because in a TV show you don't get a creepy secret organisation that is just good. And even this episode, I love the way Alex was like, but surely we just kill all the aliens. I just really enjoy the way he was very subtle, and I think if you didn't already know Alex was linked to aliens, you wouldn't necessarily suspect Alex was linked to aliens. I don't know whether he knew that at all, because Alex is certainly someone that is just qualified enough to be recruited by this despite the alien links. But if you're someone that's linked to all the intelligence community and you know a lot of stuff, well then you probably have heard of Project Shepherd, and even if you think it's just, you know, conspiracy theory, military branch or something, you would know that it was linked to aliens, and so you might piece 3 and 3 and find Alex. And I do think if anyone were to suspect aliens walking around. The 3 kids that turned up in the middle of nowhere just wandering in the desert would be good suspects. Their biggest saving grace is how many years later that happened. So I'm just stressed in general for Alex, but I think he's becoming, I mean, he truly is his own man, but I think he's definitely realising that he wants to do the right thing, and it sucks to think that he's maybe been sucked into yet another organisation that isn't everything it seemed to be. We'll see where that goes, but I'm stressed. And I'm stressed because Michael, last we saw him, was standing outside the evil laboratory, which maybe it's not evil, but I'm stressed. And you know, if it isn't evil, it would be the perfect place for someone like Liz to go, to do her work, to do her research, to find her miracle cures, without having to disclose the alien side of it, because they probably already know. So then we have Maria, who Liz was shocked. How could she have deteriorated this quickly? How could she now be worse than Mimi? And, you know, he hid it. He kind of was able to hide her condition behind, oh, it's just the deterioration of her brain. Oh, and Mimi being able to say the alien will hear her. I love that in so many ways. Maybe that was partly a warning to do with Max, but I do think even though Mimi's struggling, even though her brain has gone through a lot of deterioration because of her alien DNA, it is really important to sort of know that she's still looking out for her daughter and she's still able to give them answers and clues that will help. And I'm so glad Maria was able to figure out something was up with Max, though he wasn't hiding it, and then the fact that she fought him as much as she could, and so much so that she was able to hide from his mind control a little piece of information that would help everybody. I'm just feeling a lot of feelings right now. And then Rosa, who is so strong, and I'm so proud of her. And you know, my fears when she took off the necklace weren't to do with her not being capable of learning to control it, but kind of feeling like she hasn't yet been able to learn to control it. And right now, one of her best friends is in a coma. Her brother is God knows where. You know, she's going through a lot right now. So I really wouldn't have been surprised had she completely struggled to cope with it, but she did cope with it. She held it together. She didn't do anything that would attract attention, and then she figured out, I'll put earmuffs on and then that would deafen the noise, and she went and got help. I am so proud of her for that. And I just loved the scene with her and Isabel. The scenes that Rosa has been having, they've really been letting her talk to people other than Liz, and I adore that. I adore her relationship with Liz, do not get me wrong, but I just love seeing Rosa really grow as a person. And you know, Isabel saying that, you know, life doesn't get easier, but you grow and you get stronger, and you need to give yourself more credit. And then Rosa realising, putting the pieces together, figuring out that Maria left her a message and where it would be, and I'm so proud of her. And seeing the kind of self-belief on Rosa's face during those scenes was really special, and I'm just so proud of her and the character and the person she's becoming. For Isabel, sort of yet again another situation where they kind of lost control of everything and not being able to just fix everything. Liz similarly struggling with having gone from like kind of scraping things together using like whatever resources you have to hand to having a state-of-the-art lab, back to doing that. It will be stressful, which is why I think if we can maybe take over Deep Sky and make it good, it would be a good solution to the Liz problem, of in terms of her needing a proper lab to do all of her research. Oh, I'm stressed. The sheriff actually doesn't seem as bad as I first feared. Now, we know she's friends with the mayor, and the mayor's son is a racist shit. We know she called the regiment in after a brick was thrown, but I feel like the mayor is most likely someone that will say, I'm not racist. I have a black friend or something, but she actually does have a lot of subconscious racist thoughts, whereas, you know, people like Nathaniel Malik, evil sheriff deputy, I don't know his name in this, and the mayor's son or whatever, they will be like, oh, racist, you just say that a term, you know, we're justified in thinking these things, you know, they will be openly racist, whereas she doesn't, she thinks she's not racist, as a lot of white people struggle with. You know, I think we live in a systemically racist society, so every single one of us has to unlearn racist tropes that we have, and or racist just ideals, and like, it's a whole mess, and this isn't the place for me, and I'm not the person to talk about it. But I like that we heard her having a conversation with the deputy when she didn't think anyone else was listening, where she was saying it was a bit weird how crazy he was about Max. Now, maybe that was her thinking, did you just break into his house and assault somebody? Which would mean that obviously she's covering up. She's not, I don't think the sheriff is necessarily a good person. I am worried though about what Max said to her. Did Max, like, kill her? Where is she? We haven't seen her in a while. And by Max, I mean Jones. Did Jones do something, or did Jones tell her too much? I'm stressed. So I'm not currently saying I think the sheriff is definitely a good person, but I think she's not necessarily as evil as we thought. But obviously she could very well be wrapped up in the, you know, we all look out for each other kind of side of things with the racists, and obviously that doesn't mean she's not actually racist, even if she doesn't think she is. If you know what I mean? I don't know, but she was standing up for Max a bit in that conversation, and maybe it will turn out that it was more of a, because I mean it was quite quick and I was stressed about Rosa at the time, so I didn't hear every single, like, I didn't take in every single word perfectly because I had to move on to other things immediately, if that makes sense. So maybe when I rewatch it, it will turn out that she was kind of actually saying, like, it's going to get you in trouble if you're too openly, obviously being anti-Max, and then someone paints lip scum on his wall, we'll know it's you, etc. Maybe it was kind of more of that sort of a warning rather than a, like, leave Max alone. And then when she was talking to Max, she seemed to actually be considerate and, like, wanting to help, but at the same time, what if that is just because she's trying to get him to be on her side so that she can use him somehow? I don't know. So yeah, there's a lot of questions being raised, and I'm stressed. So right now I'm stressed for Alex, I'm stressed for Kyle, I'm stressed for Marie, and I'm stressed for Max. I'm stressed for Michael, I'm stressed for Isabel and Liz and Rosa, and if I haven't listed someone, I'm probably stressed for them too. This is absolutely fantastic. I adore this show beyond words. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and thank you so much for watching.